Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on the organisation Compassion International. And through the CD Compassion Art, they released a little while back, and the song A Friend of the Poor. It encourages just to look a bit beyond ourselves to what is happening in this world around us. So I trust you found that one an encouragement, because there's always stuff that we can do. There really, really is. Well, we go from there to an Irish family today: Andrea, Sharon, Carolyn and Jim. And these guys are multi-instrumentalists. In fact, I'd even go on to say that these guys, when it comes to music, it's probably perfection almost here. They've got the complete package. They've got the looks, they've got the musicianship, they've got the songs, they've got the incredible harmonies, the tight music, all of it. It really is quite amazing to watch these guys in action. And the band I'm talking about are the Corrs. Now, imagine this family growing up, oh my goodness, and how talented. We've got Andrea, who does this lead singing and a bit of tin whistle, I think it is, that she plays, or a fife, or whatever you want to call it. We've got Sharon, who can play violin, and we've got Carol, who can play drums, and Jim gets to guitar, keyboards, just everything and anything. Plus, these guys actually write their own songs as well. It really is quite a compelling act this way, and plus, you know, we can't disregard how good their vocals are and how good their harmonies are. Now, between 1995 and 2017, they've released 7 studio albums, 3 live albums, 23 videos and 26 singles. There was a gap in there from 2005 to 2015 because they were sort of younger. They went and did the whole family thing, and let's just try and explore ourselves a little bit as well. But they did come back in 2015. In fact, I remember it was a BBC Two concert that they came back at, and now lots of people waiting for them, that is for sure. Now, these guys have sold 40 million albums, and they're quite philanthropic, these guys. They perform at many charity concerts. They get their time for free to be able to actually get charities to actually raise a little bit more money, and so they're more than happy to do that. They've received, they've been #1 in many countries, and they have won a Brit Award, and they've been nominated twice for a Grammy Award. So this is the Corrs today. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the Corrs, but if you do see them live, and we've got some live clips coming up in a minute, you'll see what I mean. These guys are stunningly beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's almost spine tingling to watch. They have incredible harmonies, and they're just so tight, it's ridiculous. Very much Celtic pop, probably Celtic rock. I'd even say there's some progressive stuff in there too. They just have a way of playing that really just pushes the music to the absolute limits. These guys really are the all-round performers, that is for sure. Now, I first met the Corrs, and probably most of the world would have met the Corrs through the song Runaway. This came off the Forgiven, Not Forgotten album of 1995. Now, this is a song that is just glowing with love for their loved one. We're talking about, you know, I'm going to run away with you. You know, let's have a night of passion on the floor with candlelight. The whole thing. Your heart just kind of just melts a bit when you hear lyrics like these ones, because they really are quite stunning, and just shows how encapsulated the songwriter is for his loved one. That is for sure. There's one line in this song though in particular that I wanted to focus on today, and that is, I'm going to keep falling in love with you. You know, it's interesting, when we say I love you for the first time, something just wells up within us, and we just say those words, and we think, oh yeah, okay, oh right, oh, I do I suppose. And I've said about before, I said that it's almost an acknowledgement of the love that's already there and that's growing between the two of you. And then when you actually articulate the words, I love you, just giving into what is already happening. Love is a compelling force of nature. It's sometimes a bit bigger than us, I'm thinking. Well, this line, keep falling in love, though, there's something I quite like about this line, and that is the fact that I'm thinking that, yes, when we need to meet somebody, love is new and fresh, the birds are singing, the grass is green, the sky is blue, all of that sort of thing, walking hand in hand after you've had your coffee in the pristine park and all that sort of thing. But as you get to know each other more and more, the love changes. If anything, the love deepens, and the love becomes even more amazing. Love is not just a fleeting thing, it becomes deeply embedded in us. And I think the concept of continually falling in love with someone is quite beautiful. It's almost like, well, I've discovered this much about you now, and that's pretty cool. There's something to really love you about that. But then I discover this new thing about you, and oh my gosh, I've got to fall in love with you all over again, because you've surprised me here. You have really just captivated me and taken my breath away, and I'm exhilarated by being around you. And I didn't know this about you, and so I have to fall in love with you again. And then down the track further, it happens again. And say, for instance, when children come along and you start to realise, wow, we've brought this person into this world. In fact, one of our obstetricians said, you've brought a soul into the world. It's a kind of beautiful way of looking at it, I thought. And then you realise, oh my goodness, we did this. And so maybe the love deepens in it even further because you've got this shared life now. And I think you probably even go one step further, perhaps, when you're older and there starts to be grandchildren. And you think, oh man, this is like a child from my child. This is like incredible. And you look at each other and think, wow, we're leaving a legacy here together. I'm even deeper in love with you than I ever thought possible. Of course, love is patient and kind. It keeps no records of wrong. It always hopes, also always perseveres. It's a beautiful definition of that. And I suppose really what we're saying is that love has no limits. It has no limits in the joy. It also has no limits in the times which are a bit trickier. Love needs to stand up in moments like this. And we choose to do that because we love the person. Keep falling in love. There's something quite new and exciting and exhilarating about that as well. Something fresh about that. Something about it not becoming stale. Something about it always being real. Something about it always being honest and transparent. Keep falling in love with you. Something beautiful about those lines. And I'm thinking sometimes we get into routine and we lose those kind of, well, it's not a feeling, this stuff. This is more a conviction. This is more something that lives inside you and just has to do what it needs to do. You choose to do this stuff. You choose to keep falling in love with somebody. That's what love is. It's a choice. And when you make that choice, you've got to do everything you can to ensure that you do keep falling in love with the other person. I'm talking to myself here as I talk to you. Trust me, this stuff can be tricky at times too. You think, oh my goodness, I can't even face words like this at the moment. But you've also kind of got a point. How do I get from one to the other? Well, I suppose that's a matter for conversation, and that's a matter for working it out between you. Because if you can make the assumption that love is still there, well, that's a pretty solid start to the world, I'm thinking. So, if you're in there, oh man, I just can't wait to be with this person tonight, sort of thing, well, that's fantastic. If it's more, a little bit apprehensive actually, we can keep falling in love with someone even when life is tricky and hard, because love will win out if we allow it to. So I trust that will all be and a bit of an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips. Now, as I've already shared, there's something spine-tingling almost when you watch the Corrs perform. These guys are stunningly beautiful. Oh my goodness, what an incredible family this one is. And what an amazing amount of joy that they have brought to the world through the beautifully crafted Celtic pop, Celtic rock, even progressive pop rock kind of genre these guys are sitting in. These guys are verging on distinctive. I don't think there's anyone else really quite like the Corrs. I think because they all play their own instruments. Now we've got Carolyn who plays the drums, which is pretty cool. We've got the incredible harmonies. We've got the fact they're all in a family, and we've got the incredible songs. These are guys pretty much in the distinctive category, I am thinking. Because when you go to a Corrs concert, it is memorable, that is for sure. So on to the clips, we do have Runaway. Now, as I said, this is the song that pretty well brought the Corrs to the world. Came off the Forgiven and Not Forgotten album from 1995. This is an acoustic version, so it just goes to show that when you strip it back to just the four of them, a guitar and a violin and a lead singer and a bit of a percussiveness, these guys have got it. It doesn't matter. They don't need the big act and they don't need the big band around them. They can do the stuff well and truly just unplugged. And so that's an acoustic version of Runaway. And I picked that one because it really brings out the vocals and the harmonies really, really well as well. So that one's there for you. Such a well-known song, such a familiar song that you'll recognise it the minute it starts. We then got Toss the Feathers. Now, as I've said, these guys are from Ireland, so this is very much a big, massive nod to their Irish heritage. Now, this is an absolute live version, and when I talk about progressive rock, man, this is getting into this genre well and truly with this version of this Irish folk tune. Now, there is a very, very special guest drummer in this particular piece, and he's playing along with Carolyn here, and so that one is there for you. And the fact that he agreed to play with these guys just goes to show how well the Corrs are regarded in the world of music. Toss the Feathers again came off the Forgiven Not Forgotten album of 1995. I think it was off an extended version of that album. And it's certainly a traditional Irish tune, but well and truly beefed up, that is for sure. And you'll get to see how the crowd's just getting into it, really. You know, everyone's just up on their feet and dancing and jigging and all the rest of it. And so that one's there for you as well. And then we've also got So Young. This is probably one of my favourite Corrs songs, actually. This was taken off the Taking on Corners album from 1997. This is a live version. I think this particular song shows off the spine-tinglingness, beauty of these guys, just how they can just take us along for a ride and sweep us up and all the rest of it. And your eyes just physically can't leave the screen. It's just, I can't describe it really. It's just an awesome thing these guys have got. They've just got appeal in spades. That is for sure. So that one's there for you as well. That's a live version. So 3 live versions today. That's pretty cool. Now, the three links to those 3 songs are in the description below. So that's where you'll always find my links. I never embed videos into my videos. We always put links below. And I've also included, by the way, my last video from Compassion. So if you want to review that one, feel free. Well, if you've come back for another one, or this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, welcome to everybody. It's fantastic that you're here. And if you've hung around to the end, fantastic as well. I really do love it when people hang around, because there might be some stuff interesting that we cover, so you never know. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to an interesting song by the Counting Crows. And so until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.